Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Timeless video. So we are one day now away from the launch of Murders at Karlov Manor on Arena, so I thought we'd sneak in another Timeless video quickly before we move back to Explorer, probably for the foreseeable, as there'll be lots of new cards to try in that format, but we are, in the meantime, playing some Death and Taxes in Timeless, so this is a deck that's all about kind of nickel and diming your opponent out of value, just making it much harder for them to play the game, and then just kind of beating them down with some cheap and powerful white creatures. So we have a quick look through our creatures. We have 4 copies of Esper Sentinel. So this is a 1/1 for 1 that whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, you draw a card unless that player pays X, where X is Esper Sentinel's power. And then Giver of Runes, which is a 1/2 for 1. You can tap it together, give another target creature you control protection from colorless or from the color of your choice until end of turn. So this is a good way of protecting our more powerful creatures. Then our 2-drops are Luminarch Aspirant, which we have seen in Explorer. Very good 1/1 for 2 that pumps a creature at the beginning of combat on your turn, giving them a +1/+1 counter. Obviously, it being a Taxes deck, Thalia, Guardian of Thraben is very good, just making non-creature spells that little bit more expensive. And then we have 4 copies of Orcish Bowmasters as well, so the 1/1 with Flash, that whenever it enters the battlefield and whenever an opponent draws a card except the first one they draw, in each of their draw steps, it deals 1 damage to any target, and then you amass Orcs 1. So this is a very good way of shutting down decks which are trying to draw lots of cards. Then our 3-drop creatures are 1 copy of Elite Spellbinder, look in their hand, make something that little bit more expensive, just slow them down. 4 copies of Adeline, Resplendent Cathar, which is kind of our finisher in the deck. 4 copies of Skyclave Apparition, good at taking out problematic cards that the opponent may have. So those are our creatures. Those kind of incremental value creatures that just help us win the game. And then we've got a couple of Brave the Elements just to help us do that kind of alpha strike or to protect our creatures from removal. 4 copies of Swords to Plowshares, one of the best removal spells ever printed. 1 mana, exile target creature, its controller gains life equal to its power. And then we also have a 3-drop 2 copies of Ashiok Dream Render. So the mill ability on this, and the Graveyard Hate is marginally good, but the main thing is that the opponent cannot search their library when you have Ashiok. So this shuts down fetch lands, it shuts down Natural Order into Primeval Titan, lots of things that are going on in the format. And Ashiok does just stop them. Then our mana base, we don't have any fetch lands ourselves, partly because the black-white fetch land hasn't been added to Arena yet, but also because it's not really that kind of deck. So we've got some dual lands, we're running 3 copies of Silent Clearing, which is the white-black pain land that also allows you to draw a card. And we've got 3 copies of Field of Ruin and 4 copies of Ghost Quarter. So we can, given that a lot of decks in Timeless are pretty greedy and don't run a lot of basic lands, then we can potentially take out some of the opponent's lands without them being replaced, which when combined with stuff like Ashiok can make the opponent's day very, very uncomfortable. And then in our sideboard, we have 2 copies of Fragment Reality. So this is a very good way of dealing with 1 mana creatures, artifacts or enchantments, so things like Ragavan, just a very cheap way of dealing with that. And obviously, if it's only got 1 mana value, the random creature card ability doesn't matter. Surge of Salvation, shutting down opponents' black and red spells, a couple of Thought Seizes, a couple of Pithing Needles, just to shut down particular cards. Rest in Peace is obviously good graveyard hate. Archon of Emeria, if the opponent's trying to combo off with lots of different spells. There is a Phoenix deck in the format, so that kind of thing. And then we are also running 2 copies of Ranger Captain of Eos. So this is a 3/3 for 3 that when it enters the battlefield, you can search your library for a creature card with mana value 1 or less, put it into your hand, and then you can sacrifice it to stop the opponent casting non-creature spells this turn. So yeah, there's some value off that as well. So that's the kind of idea behind the deck. So yeah, Death and Taxes, probably the format on Arena that has the best chance of having a Death and Taxes deck actually work. So let's see how we go on with this. Thank you very much for watching. Hit those like and subscribe buttons as we move towards the release of Murders at Karlov Manor. First video of the new cards will be up on Wednesday, so look forward to that. And yeah, let's go on to the ladder. It's a little heavy on land, but this is okay. So let's start with Giver of Runes. This could be all manner of things. Polluted Delta plus Lurrus. Okay, they're going quickly with Brainstorm, which is a shame because Orcish Bowmasters absolutely hoses Brainstorm. So this could be the Dimir control deck that runs Lurrus. So let's play Thalia. Make their spells just that little bit more expensive. We'll shock in a Godless Shrine. Now let's see what they do. They might try and draw some cards, that would be fun. Nope. Nothing on 3. Well, they are doing themselves plenty of damage, if nothing else. Sure. Okay, well, let's send in Thalia again. Now I've got both Bowmasters and Brave the Elements available, so when they try and Fatal Push Thalia, we will give our creatures protection from black. And if they choose to counter it, that's fine, because we can follow up with Bowmasters plus Adeline. And still have Swords to Plowshares available. Black. Swing and a miss. Okay, they're going to go again. Sure thing. Now I think if they had Bowmasters, they would have used it to kill our Thalia, so I don't think they do. So I think we can run our Bowmasters out here. So let's do that. So they draw, we hit them again. Play Silent Clearing into Adeline. Yep. Okay, that's decent. So they're now probably need a Wrath now. And this Dimir control deck, I think, doesn't run a huge number of Wraths. Because there just aren't that many good black Wraths in the format. They don't have Damnation or anything like that, so... So let's draw with Silent Clearing. Let's see if we can land an Esper Sentinel. They're about to play Dig Through Time. Looks like it. No, drown in the lock. That is not a big deal by itself. Yep. Okay, game 1 to us. So... Control, I think Thoughtseize is obviously good. Surge of Salvation is good, I think. See, I don't hate Swords to Plowshares either. Ashiok's fine. Stops them getting land later in the game. Maybe ditch Skyclave Apparition. They probably don't have that many permanents, and the ones they do have we can deal with Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, that seems fine. Yep, this is basically the same hand again. Getting in with an early brainstorm, so they probably have a fetch land. Yep, shuffle away the top of their library. Now they only shuffled away one card there, so it's not entirely the perfect brainstorm, but... Sure thing. Well, I shall play Thalia again. I'm nothing if not predictable when it comes to these matchups. Yeah, this time they do have Bowmasters, that's a shame. Okay, well, let's drop Adeline onto the battlefield. Ooh, that is a nice use of cut down there. Normally that would not be able to hit an Adeline. Okay. Well, this time let's play Adeline with Brave the Elements backup. This is Treasure Cruise. Maybe slightly different Dimir control deck to what I'm used to then. They're doing something with their graveyard. No, just dig through time, fair enough. Silent clearing is not very good when they have two Bowmasters on the battlefield. Don't know if you knew that. Right, let's hit them with the old Thoughtseize. Ha! Ha! Ugh. Okay, well, let's take one Snapcaster Mage. Attack with Adeline. Pass the turn. So Stern Scolding's not doing anything for them at the moment. What are they? Something of theirs needs to leave the battlefield before they can fatal push my Adeline. Yeah. Not going to quite fall for it that easily. Yep. Surge of Salvation is not bad, so let's play Ashiok. Let's just get rid of their graveyard.
This is my masterpiece.
Adeline, the MVP at the moment. That extra toughness is just doing a lot of work for us. Okay, I will take out one of their Bowmasters here. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, let's...
Behold, my everlog of fear.
So they will be able to counter this, but it gets the Stern Scolding out of their hand. Yep. Now, my life total's a little precarious, so I will leave back the 1-1 as an additional blocker. I think Surge of Salvation is probably going to come in quite clutch here. Yep. Oh, does that not work? Oh! Actually, I'm not sure, actually, with Sauron's Ransom, whether that works or not, because it says choose. Hang on, let me have a look at the battlefield. Oh, I can't see it now. I'm going to have to check this. Let's check this live in the video. This is exciting, isn't it? Because it might just be choose an opponent, which is not the same as targeting. But either way, my opponent thought it was, so the end result was the same. But let's have a quick look, shall we? Ransom. Sauron's Ransom. Choose an opponent. Yeah, I think actually Surge of Salvation wouldn't have worked there. Oh well, we got away with it. Right. On to game 2. After that interesting excursion into the rules. Drop a Giver of Runes. Ketria Triome. Don't think we can go wrong with Thalia here. Now let's play Luminarch Aspirant. Fire up our Thalia. Another Ketria triome. Interesting. Ooh, Uro, fun. Okay. There's a reason that card was banned in every conceivable format. Double Bowmasters, pretty spicy. Let's see what they want to do next. They're not near escaping Uro, anyway. Yeah, they do love their Ketria triomes. Okay, they're a little closer now. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Huh, okay. My idea of fun is obviously the opponent playing Wilderness Reclamation. Let's just hit them with a Bowmasters. So they're currently facing down 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. I can't quite kill them here, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to pump my Thalia. Send in all the relevant creatures. Now, this is interesting. Ooh. Okay. That is not draw a card, unfortunately. Down to 2. Oh, I do hate this card. I mean, who doesn't? I think you'd have to be pretty weird to actually like it. Trigger on the stack, add all of their mana, so they'll have 12 mana to play with. Question is, what are they going to do with it? Okay. Fine. So they're an expansion explosion deck, which, to be fair, they did not have to show me there before they did that. So I would not. I would not recommend that. Actually, I could have. They could have hidden what they were doing from me there. How do I want to play this? I think all we need is Thoughtseize. In place of Brave the Elements? I think that's probably fine for the moment. Ugh. Yes. Okay, so we have 2 Okos, a Counterspell, a Wilderness Reclamation. That is a pretty good hand if they can get the land, so I think we're just going to have to hope that they can't, and in the meantime take their Counterspell. Yeah, if they had 1 copy of Oko, I'd have taken that, but 2 copies is just a bit too spicy. Do they have their 3rd land? They do not at this time, so let's play Bowmaster. Okie dokie. Ooh, Spellbinder's an interesting one here. Again, with 2 Okos, it's just not as good. I think I'm just going to play Giver of Runes and hold back another Bowmaster. We'll just keep the hits coming. So Skyclave Apparition's actually pretty good there, so take another peek in their hand and they are done. Very good. Fine. Need a 3rd land, but hopefully Esper Sentinel will draw us some cards. Opponent's mulliganed once, twice, once. Ah, hello. Well, I'm gonna kill it. That's a pretty good start for us, I think. Okay, let's Skyclave Apparition away their 2nd Sentinel. I will... so they could... If they fetch a land, can they play anything? No. I will risk the Esper Sentinel in combat, I think. Yep. Ooh, fun. Okay. So, let's play Adeline. No good attacks here, so we'll just pass the turn. Right. Let's attack with Adeline. Play another Esper Sentinel. Okay, let's Swords to Plowshares their Archon. send in our tough creatures. Okay, well, I'll draw 2 cards here. Well, 1 card. That's fine. More Bowmasters. Okay, well, let's not have that. Play another Sentinel. Have they just got another collected company? Well, let's play Thalia. Yep. Okay, well, I'm not going to be playing 2 spells at a turn anytime soon. Let's just pass the turn. No, they're going to do it for me, fair enough. Oh, this has got very messy all of a sudden, hasn't it? Duh. Is all I have to say about that. Fine. Well, I'm not having those flipping again, so just take down their Amazon's Pilgrim. Okay, let's play Skyclave Apparition. Targeting this Moonrage Brute. I will pay the 3 ward. Now let's target this one. Still not many decent attacks, so let's just pass the turn. That is fine. Sure. Doesn't really bother me. I could blow up their lands here, but they've probably still got some basics to go and get. No, fair enough. That's a bit back and forth, that one, but got there in the end. So the opponent's running a sort of Selesnya company deck. So I will have Fragment Reality. I think that's probably it. So this collector company doesn't involve searching the library, so I think we can take those out. And that'll probably do. Yeah, I think Brave the Elements is decent for sort of alpha striking against this deck. Get through all of their white creatures. Yeah. A triple Brutal Cathar had me worried there for a moment, but we did manage to Skyclave our way out of it. Yeah, that's fine. It's a little heavy on the colourless lands, but we can cast all our spells, and Fragment Reality is good here, because we can kill that. So let's get rid of their Avacyn's Pilgrim. Now let's play Esper Sentinel, hold up Swords to Plowshares. Yep, that's fine. So that can go. Okay, we're drawing a little heavy on land here. Yep. That is fine, so let's just keep going. Yeah, I have nothing in my hand worth stealing. So they'll just name something in my deck. Maybe they'll just name Bowmasters. If I draw my way into something like that. Oh yeah, sure, that makes sense. Ugh. Well, I am doing precisely nothing at the moment. Isn't this fun? 8 lands in the top 13 cards? Probably facing down a Coco here. No, Eldrazi Displacer. Sure. Yeah, that is also pretty useless, but might come in handy later. Let's blow up their brush land, actually. Let's take away their colourless land, which I probably should have done before, but... Sure thing. Hmm. Okay, Orcish Bowmasters isn't the worst, so let's play that while they're tapped out. Take down their Mind Sensor. Yeah, they've got me pretty much over a barrel in this game, I think. But we'll give it a couple more turns to see what happens. Another Displacer. Where are you, man? Don't think we're getting out of this one particularly easily, but their clock is very slow, so I'm just not sure what we would... Yeah, let's scoop this one up. I'm just not sure what we're bringing in, and they're about to start hitting us for 5 damage a turn, so... That's fine. Maybe it's time for our own Archons, but then they have Coco, so that's just never a good exchange. Yeah, no, I think we're keeping the deck as it is. We just massively flooded out there and didn't draw anything relevant. Adeline would probably go a long way to helping us in that game. Yep, that's a good hand. It's a very good hand. So let's play Giver of Runes. Okay, I can't kill their Delighted Halfling with Bowmaster, so let's just play Thalia. Pass the turn. Now we're just a bit short of land. Forever to be stuck between one or the other. That's fine. So let's just kill it now. Okay, well, it's not collected company at least. So, let's send in Thalia. Pass the turn, hold up Bowmasters. Typical, we draw another swords the moment that happened. Knight of Autumn. Okay. Fine. Right. The Shuffler is having quite a lot of fun at my expense this particular game, or particular match rather. So there's been no stick, so I didn't think they had collected company there. Ah, excellent. Well, that's 3 for 3 for Death and Taxes, which is a surprise. I didn't realise the strategy. I mean, we didn't play against some of the more powerful decks, I suppose. We didn't face any, like, natural orders or... Yeah, but no, it did surprisingly well, actually. So we've got a pack to open, and it's the Brothers' War, so goodness knows what we'll find in here. Just gems. Mastery Pass, very nearly complete, but not quite, and I've got less than 2 days to finish it off. But yeah, I might get there. But yeah, that was Timeless Death and Taxes. Fun deck to play. Interesting to try it against the various meta decks. Felt very powerful against some of them. You know, Thalia's very good, Bowmaster's very good, Giver of Runes less good, but potentially against decks which run a lot more removal. Espercental obviously great. Yeah, just a very fiddly deck for the opponents to deal with. Maybe something that format probably needs something like this. Format like Timeless, where the threats are very powerful and the answers perhaps aren't keeping up. So yeah, that was Death and Taxes. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next video we'll be playing new Murders at Karlov Manor cards in Explorer, so do let me know if you see any deck lists or interesting cards that you want to see played. In the meantime, hit those like and subscribe buttons. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.